The update for my geometry 3D printer lesson is I've been struggling with trying to figure out how to make a 3D image of all four expressions, but after I put the formula on on paper, I actually realized with the power of elimination that expression one and expression two don't even fit into the formula for a right cylinder cone. It has to be 1/3 pi radius 2 times height. So we know we're working with only 3 and 4. We're not actually solving for the volume of the remainder of the wood. We're actually just trying to find the expression that would work. So with that said, I know I only have 3 and 4. So I know how to do the math. So to find the diameter of the radius, we have to multiply that by 2. So this will become 8 centimeters diameter, and this one will be 16 centimeters diameter. So I took those and I dropped them into the 3D design. Tinkercad. I have figured out how to split a cylinder in half, and instead of trying to do it for you because I'm not super great with Tinkercad, I've gotten a lot better. I figured I'd play this short video that explains how to do it.
I'll drop it on the platform and scale it up to about 50 millimeters. There's no flat bottom on a sphere, and so it can be challenging to print a clean sphere on a desktop 3D printer without modifications. I'll pull a box into the workspace. I'm going to scale that up 55 millimeters. Then I will use Control D to duplicate it, and I'll change the dimensions on one side to -55. That's one way of mirroring and moving an object. I'm going to group those box shapes, select both of my objects, use the keyboard shortcut L to bring up the Align tool and align them on the Y and X axes. Then I'll ungroup the whole objects. Sometimes when you ungroup whole objects, they return back to solids. That's no problem. I'll click on one box and delete it. We were just using it to help us center this object. And I'll click on the box, change it to a whole, select these objects, and group them. Because this is a symmetrical object, I can just use Control C, Control V to create a copy.
As you can see, she makes it look very simple, but it's not as easy positioning everything. I'm sure with more practice I can get there. So I will eventually be able to take this and put it into a 3D object. I can export it as the printer that we're going to be using likes the STL extension. So that's what we're going to save it as. I will be adding on to this video with showing exactly how it's done. But with that being said, going back to the math problem, as stated, we're using a 8.5 centimeter cube. We know that a 16 centimeter diameter is too large for it. So we know that this is actually the correct answer, but the children or the students are having a hard time visualizing it. That's why we're going to be putting it into a 3D printer so that they can actually hold these right cylinder cones and the cube and try to insert it to show them visually how number 3 is going to be too large. Thank you.